The ocean covers over 70% of our planet, and yet, more than 80% of it remains completely unexplored. Down in the crushing darkness, where sunlight never reaches and pressure would destroy a submarine, life not only survives, it evolves into things so bizarre, so nightmarish, so utterly alien, that the scientists who first discovered them genuinely questioned their own sanity. These are not myths. These are not CG. These are real animals living right now in the deep sea. Today, we're counting down 9 deep sea creatures so strange, scientists thought they were hallucinating. Let's dive in. Animal #1, the barrel-eye fish. When researchers first caught glimpses of this fish on deep-sea cameras, they were baffled. It appeared to have a completely transparent head filled with green glowing orbs. Some dismissed it as a camera malfunction. Others thought the footage was doctored. Imagine looking at a fish and being able to see straight through its skull. The barrel-eye fish has a fluid-filled, transparent dome instead of a skull. Those bright green tubes you see inside, those aren't decorations. Those are its eyes. And here's the mind-bending part. Those eyes can rotate upward to look directly above, allowing it to detect the silhouettes of prey against the faint light above. For years, scientists only saw this fish dead, and when it died, the dome collapsed. It wasn't until 2004 that the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute filmed it alive, and when the footage was released, the world lost its mind. Animal Hack 2, the Siphonophore. Early underwater explorers who encountered one thought they'd found a single, massive alien creature. Some estimated it at over 40 meters long, longer than a blue whale. It was almost too large to be real. This thing looks like a glowing, ghostly ribbon drifting through the darkness. At first glance, it seems like one creature, but here's the twist. The Siphonophore is not one animal. It's a colony of thousands of tiny clones, each specialized to perform a different job. Swimming, stinging, digesting, reproducing. Think of it like this. It's a superorganism, a floating city made entirely of living cells. Preah Dubai can reach up to 40 to 50 meters in length, making it potentially the longest animal on Earth. And if you disturb it, each of those thousands of clones fires bioluminescent flashes simultaneously. The result? A living lightning storm in the middle of the ocean in pitch darkness. Animal #3, the fangtooth fish. Juvenile fangtooth fish look so different from adults that for years, scientists classified them as 2 entirely different species. Welcome to the creature that holds the record for the largest teeth relative to body size of any fish on Earth. The fangtooth is only about 16 centimeters long, roughly the size of your hand. But its fangs are so enormous, it literally cannot close its mouth. To solve this problem, evolution built special sheaths in the roof of its mouth, so the teeth slide in when it closes, like biological scabbards. When did scientists first catch one? The screaming was reportedly audible across the research vessel. Despite looking like a monster from your worst nightmare, the fangtooth mostly eats small fish and shrimp. But those teeth? Purely terrifying. Animal #4, the Dumbo octopus. Researchers initially couldn't believe something so cute could exist at such crushing depths where no life should thrive. After all the terror so far, let's take a breath. Meet the Dumbo octopus. Named after Disney's flying elephant, this adorable creature flaps 2 ear-like fins to fly through the water. It lives deeper than almost any other octopus, at depths where the pressure would crush a car like a soda can. But here's what makes it scientifically jaw-dropping. Unlike every other octopus, the Dumbo completely swallows its prey whole. It has no ink sac, because down there, darkness is the camouflage. It can also completely flatten its body, spread its webbed arms like an umbrella, or form a tight ball. At those depths, the water temperature is just above freezing. Yet this little guy thrives. Cuteness and resilience, the ultimate deep sea combo. Animal #5, the vampire squid. Its scientific name literally means vampire squid from hell. When first discovered in 1903, scientists were so alarmed they placed it in its own entirely new order of animals. The vampire squid is so ancient and so unique that it's not actually a true squid or a true octopus. It's a living fossil, the sole surviving member of its own order, unchanged for millions of years. It lives in waters so low in oxygen that almost nothing else can survive there. When threatened, it turns itself inside out, wrapping its cloak of spiny webbing over its head like a cape. Its entire body can produce bioluminescent flashes, and it can shut off all its light instantly, disappearing into the blackness. Here's the twist though, despite looking like a predator from a horror film, it survives almost entirely on marine snow, tiny particles of dead organic matter drifting down from above. The most gothic looking creature in the ocean eats snowflakes. Animal #6, the coffin fish. When caught in nets, this fish inflates itself so dramatically that early sailors believed it was a pufferfish mutant. Some refused to touch it. The coffin fish. Even the name sounds like a horror movie. This deep-sea anglerfish relative has a trick that makes it one of the strangest fish alive. When threatened, it gulps water or air and inflates itself into a round, bloated ball. But that's not even the weirdest part. The coffin fish walks on the ocean floor, on its fins, like hands. It uses modified pectoral fins, almost like stubby arms, to prop itself up and crawl along the seafloor, waiting motionless for prey to wander close before striking with explosive speed. It also has a lure on its head, a built-in fishing rod, just like other anglerfish. Walks, inflates, fishes. The Swiss Army knife of the deep. Animal #7, the goblin shark. When the first jaw specimen reached scientists in 1898, they believed it belonged to an extinct prehistoric species. It took years before they accepted this creature was alive. The goblin shark is what happens when evolution never gets a memo to stop. It's a living fossil, the last surviving member of a family of sharks that existed 125 million years ago. Its most famous feature? That bizarre, elongated flat snout, packed with electroreceptors that detect prey in total darkness. But the jaw. The jaw is what makes people scream. When the goblin shark detects prey, its entire jaw launches forward out of its face, like a catapult, to snatch its victim. This is called protrusible jaws, and no other shark does it quite like this. The jaw can extend up to 9.4% of the shark's total body length in a fraction of a second. You're just swimming along, and suddenly a face explodes at you from the darkness. Welcome to the deep ocean. Animal #8, the sea pig. Scientists first observing groups of hundreds of these creatures marching across the seafloor thought their cameras had malfunctioned. Nothing should be able to survive in such numbers at these depths. Imagine descending to the bottom of the ocean and finding hundreds of translucent, pink, bloated, pig-shaped creatures, all walking in the same direction across the seafloor like an army. That's exactly what researchers found. And yes, they were very confused. The sea pig is actually a type of sea cucumber, but it walks using water-filled legs called tube feet. It inflates its body with seawater to move, and those antenna-like tentacles on its head. Sensory organs. They march in groups, sometimes hundreds, all facing the same direction into ocean current to catch food particles. Here's the part that'll make you shiver. Parasitic crustaceans sometimes live inside them, slowly eating their host from the inside while the sea pig continues walking, completely unaware. The ocean is wild. Animal #9, the big fin squid. When oil company RUV footage leaked in 2001 showing this creature, scientists and the public alike debated whether it was real, a malfunction, or CGI. It took years to formally classify it. We saved arguably the strangest for last. The biggin squid is so rarely seen that scientists have never caught a live adult specimen. Everything we know about it comes from brief, accidental footage captured by deep sea oil exploration robots. It has massive, enormous fins, almost as wide as its entire body, which is how it gets its name. But the arms. Each arm bends at a 90-degree angle, like elbows, then trails downward in long, hair-thin tendrils that can extend up to 6 meters from its body. It drifts motionless in the darkness, arms spread wide, tendrils dangling, waiting for anything to brush against them before pulling it in. Scientists still debate how it feeds, how it reproduces, and how large it truly gets. The biggin squid is proof that the deep ocean still holds secrets we haven't even begun to understand. 9 animals. 9 reminders that we know more about the surface of the moon than about our own ocean floor. Every year, new expeditions bring back footage of things that shouldn't exist, things that break our understanding of what life is capable of, things that make even the most seasoned scientists stop and stare in disbelief. The deep sea isn't just deep, it's a different universe. If you want more videos like this, creatures, mysteries, and the wildest corners of the natural world, hit subscribe. Drop a comment below. Which one of these messed you up the most? I'll see you in the next one. Stay curious.